Yo. Welcome back to Tremonte and Friends Boxing. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we're going to get right into it. Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz at 140 pounds for the, I think it's the interim title. It's super lightweight. It's 140 pounds, December 6th. Great fight. Glad Lamont got back in the ring before, or will be getting back in the ring before the end of the year. Everybody knows he fought Tank earlier in the year. A rematch was supposed to take place. Tank kind of swerved the rematch so he could fight Jake Paul. Nonetheless, Roach is back in the ring. He accounted for himself well in the Tank fight. I thought he won the fight. And Pitbull Cruz, it's been like, in and out. He had that fight with Tank. Tank beat him. I think Tank was injured, but Tank beat him. And then Ryo beat Pitbull Cruz. So Pitbull Cruz been, in and out. He had some wins. But Pitbull Cruz is still young. I think he's only like 26 or 27 or something like that. He has one way of fighting. He comes forward. He's not really a boxer. He wants to brawl. He wants to punch. He wants to punch with you and kind of intimidate you and force you into his type of fight. But he will not beat Lamont Roach. That's my early prediction. I think Roach probably puts on a master class, and this will be perfect timing coming off the Tank fight because people thought he fought Tank very well. And Tank is a powerful puncher. Tank hits harder than Pitbull Cruz. So if Lamont was able to weather that storm at 135, he'll be able to weather the storm at 140 because neither one of them are 140 pounders. Lamont Roach is not a 140 pounder. Pitbull Cruz is not a 140 pounder either. If I had to take a guess of which one would fare better at 140 pounds, it would probably be Lamont. But Pitbull Cruz is short. He doesn't have the stature to compete at 140. But I think they're only going to 140 for this particular fight. My prediction is Lamont. He puts on a great boxing clinic on Pitbull Cruz. And Lamont's going to do the same thing he did with Tank, where he's going to sit in the pocket and fight Pitbull Cruz. Lamont Roach is not just going to be around the ring, running around the ring using his feet. He's going to fight you because Lamont Roach knows something that a lot of fighters don't know. And that's effective aggression and being in the mix can help you out. Versus, I'm just going to use my feet and jab, run around the ring, throw one punch at a time. Lamont's going to be in there. And Pitbull doesn't like that. Pitbull doesn't like that. Because if you're in there and you know what you're doing and you have a high IQ like Lamont does, where you can slip shots, you could duck, you can engage distance a little bit, it's going to be hard for Pitbull Cruz because he's not going to knock Lamont out. Lamont got a solid chin. Again, he stood in there with Tank, and he took Tank's big punches, and he was there. I'm not backing up. You're going to have to back up. Same thing is going to happen for Pitbull Cruz, but I think it's a great fight nonetheless because I didn't, you hear rumors, but until things are etched in stone, you never know. I didn't think he was going to fight Pitbull Cruz. I didn't think Lamont Roach was going to fight the rest of the year. Obviously, he was waiting on the rematch clause, like he was waiting to see if the fight was going to get announced. But, in this game, you got to move on. Pitbull's going to come to fight. So I think we're going to get a very exciting fight, man. It won't lack action. It won't lack fireworks. We're going to get a really good fight. And I think Lamont will win. I think he'll come back down to 135. And there's some fighters there. You got Abdullah Mason, who'll be there. Shakur's there. You got Andy Cruz there. You got Murtala there. You got Kid Austin there. You got people he can come down and fight. And he can give all of them, a pretty good run. So that's what I feel about the fight. It was just announced yesterday. So it'll be action-packed. December 6th, PBC's putting the fight on. Definitely glad to see Lamont back in the ring, man, because sometimes you could be waiting for somebody and waiting for a fight to happen, especially with, like, the PBC, waiting for a fight to happen and it don't happen. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what goes on, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz, December 6th at 140 pounds. And then who y'all have winning. And then what's next up for the both of them. Please like and subscribe to the channel per the usual. And I'll get with y'all soon. Peace.